Hello बच्चों, let's see passage 1. The law enacted to extortion has been entailed in section 383 to 339 of IPC. IPC here refers to Indian Penal Code. For those of you who don't know, this is Indian Penal Code. Okay. The definition of extortion is given under section 383 of IPC. Section 384 of IPC contains the पेनाल्टी दिया हुआ है 384 में 383 में दिया हुआ है डेफिनेशन फॉर एक्सटॉर्शन वेयर एज 385 ऑफ आईपीसी एंटेल्स द पनिशमेंट. ठीक है, सबसे पहले डिफाइन किया, फिर पेनाल्टी इंपोज किया, फिर पनिशमेंट बताया. इट मस्ट बी नोटेड दैट सेक्शन 86 टू 386 टू 389 गो टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ डिस्कसिंग मच हार्शर पनिशमेंट. हार्शर पनिशमेंट जब हम बात कर रहे हैं तो हम देखते हैं सेक्शन 386 टू 89 ऑफ फॉर मच एग्रवेटेड फॉर्म्स ऑफ एक्सटॉर्शन. एज पर सेक्शन 383 of IPC, extortion is an act होना चाहिए इसमें, to put someone in fear of injury or any other harm to obtain his property or another valuable items. तो यहाँ पे एक एक्शन होना चाहिए जिसकी वजह से एक फियर ऑफ इंजरी या तो फिर हार्म डेवलप होना चाहिए किसी एक के माइंड में to obtain the property of such person. अब essential elements क्या extortion के, let's see. First essential element is intentionally putting a person in the fear of injury. Fear of injury important है. It is must that the person must have the intention to cause a wrongful gain. wrongful gain का intention होना चाहिए क्योंकि यहाँ पे intention की बात की गई है तो इसलिए हमें ध्यान रखना है उसका. To one and wrongful loss to another. अब एक जैसे if A is causing extortion to B, तो A को यहाँ पे गेन हो रहा है, तो अब A को गेन कैसे हो रहा है, A को गेन B के थ्रू हो रहा है, तो B को ऑब्वियसली लॉस होगा, ये बोल रहा है यहाँ पे. द एक्चुअल डिलीवरी ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी इज एसेंशियल टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूट एक्सटॉर्शन. अब इसमें वैल्यूएबल्स का डिलीवर होना फ्रॉम बी टू ए इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. अगर डिलीवरी नहीं हुई है एक्चुअल में तो वो एक्सटॉर्शन नहीं माना जाएगा. सेकेंड इज द पर्पस फॉर विच is to dishonestly induce the person to put in fear. The object of the offense should have been towards the furtherance of a crime of extortion. ये जो fear है, जो ये fear इंसान को दिया गया है, वो fear होना चाहिए to commit the crime of extortion. Third essential is to deliver the property or valuable. Property का delivery या valuable बहुत important है. The actual transaction must have the section come into play in its entirety. The main essence of section 383 is obtaining delivery of a property or any other item. सिर्फ property नहीं, कोई भी item भी हो सकता है. Value in a consequence of dishonest inducement. To be more precise, an intention to cause wrongful loss to one and wrongful gain to another is an essential ingredient for extortion. अब section 384 की बात करते हैं. It contains the punishments for extortion. 384 is a cognizable offense. Cognizable offense मतलब non bailable होता है in nature. It is a non bailable offense wherein police may arrest without warrant and same is tribal by any magistrate. Tribal by any magistrate. It is a non-bailable offence and cannot be compounded. Section 384 IPC reads as under: whoever commits a crime of extortion shall be punished with imprisonment of either description of a term which may extend to 3 years or fine or both. So now that we have seen the passage, let's see the questions. Question number 1 is: Mukesh Mehra threatens Om Kapoor to hand him over Om's 1 lakh cash prize which Om won at Filmfare Awards. When Om refuses to hand over the money, Mukesh Mehra threatens Om by saying he'll put Shanti, Om's love interest, on fire. Om, who is pyrophobic, gets scared of losing Shanti, hands over 1 lakh rupees to Mukesh Mehra. So basically यहाँ पे एक threatening या फिर fear of injury create किया गया था to get the property, और इसमें actual delivery of the property has been happened. That is a requirement for extortion. Now we need to decide. So let's see the options. Option number A says Mukesh Mehra is liable for extortion as he made Om deliver his property. Just causing mere delivery of property is not sufficient for the cause of extortion, though the statement is correct, but the statement is incomplete in nature, and hence this is a wrong option. Let's see option number B. B says Mukesh Mehra is liable for extortion as he caused injury to Om while putting him in fear. This option is again wrong because no injury has been caused. There was just a fear of injury on the part of Mukesh Mehra. So this is also wrong. C says Mukesh Mehra is liable for extortion as he made Om deliver his property. यहाँ पे delivery of property हुई है, true, by dishonestly putting him under the fear of setting Shanti on fire. This is a right option because extortion requires actual delivery of property and fear of injury. Both has been happened in the present case, and there is also dishonest or malified intention on the part of Mukesh Mehra. So C is fulfilling all the objects of extortion and hence a right option. D says Mukesh Mehra is not liable as he lacked malified intention while he put Om in fear. There was a malified intention because he was threatening Om to get the 1 lakh rupees from Om, and hence there was dishonest intention involved. So this is also wrong option. Let's see question number 2. It talks about Jethalal and Chopat got to know about Mr. Joss having an extra material affair. Jethalal and Chopat, who are unable to secure a job due to pandemic and finding themselves low on cash, decided to make use of Mr. Josh's situation. They stalked him and clicked a few pictures of Mr. Josh and sent him same over the mail, threatening to disclose extramarital affair if he doesn't meet their demand of ₹5 lakh. अब उन्होंने 5 lakh rupees मांगे हैं उससे, ठीक है. Mr. Josh, who is not much bothered about his reputation and bad consequences his marital bliss, doesn't give a heed to the threat and refuse to hand over money. Later, Mr. Josh filed a case of extortion against Jethalal and Chopat. Decide, will Mr. George succeed? तो यहाँ पे एक्चुअली में दे दिया है एक्सप्लिसिटली कि उनको पड़ी नहीं थी ज्यादा, ही वॉज नॉट मच बॉदर्ड अबाउट हिज रेप्यूटेशन एंड बैड कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, सो ही वॉज नॉट इन फियर कि his secret of extra material affair will come out. So we need to decide accordingly. Let's see the option. A says that Mr. Josh will succeed as he put in fear of injury to his reputation and was subject to demand of 5 lakh rupees. Though there was demand of 5 lakh rupees, there was no actual delivery of goods that or any other property that is essential for extortion. So this is a wrong option. B says Mr. Josh will succeed as any person of his caliber would get scared and will deliver the money. Again a wrong option. He will get scared, he will deliver the goods. These are mere assumptions. There was no fear of injury, there was no actual delivery of goods, and hence this is not correct. C says Mr. George will not succeed as though even there was a threat to his reputation as he did not give away any valuable property. This is right that there was a threat to his reputation, but there was no actual delivery of goods that is necessary for extortion. D says Mr. Josh will not succeed as his threatened to reputation is not considered under the definition of extortion under penal law. Again a wrong option. If there is a uh, threat or fear to injury, it is considered. Third option, question number 3 says Chandler owns a porcelain coffee mug which was gifted to him by his late aunt and is also Chandler's prized possession. Rachel, whom Chandler loves unrequited,ly wants the porcelain coffee mug. Rachel, understanding Chandler's obsession with her, offered to go on a date with him if he gave her the porcelain coffee mug. Chandler, whom had to make a difficult choice, went ahead and gave the coffee mug to Rachel. Later, Rachel refused to go out with Chandler and instead went out with Paolo. Chandler wants to file a case against Rachel for under section 383 of IPC. So let's see what is the case. 383 मतलब obviously extortion की बात कर रहा है, हमने passage में पढ़ा है कि 383 is extortion. So now we need to decide कि whether when Rachel refused to go with Chandler and instead went with Pablo, is there some kind of extortion involved in this case? Let's see the options for the same. Option number A says Chandler will succeed as Rachel ditched him with dishonest intention to get the porcelain coffee mug from him. though the Rachel ditched Chandler enough, that is not enough for extortion, as there was no fear of injury as such in the mind of Chandler, and hence this is a wrong option. B says Chandler will not succeed as Rachel did not put him in intentional fear of injury, making him deliver the coffee mug. This is a right option because there was no fear of injury, there was just delivery of product, and both of this situation, until unless not fulfilled, would not amount to uh, extortion. C says Chandler will not succeed as Rachel lacked dishonest intention. There was dishonest intention on the part of Rachel as she just wanted the coffee mug, and hence dishonest intention was there, so this is a wrong option. D says Chandler will not succeed as there was a mere promise and such trivial acts are not punishable under the Indian Penal Code. This is again a wrong option because the right option is option number B. Let's see the fourth question. Jamie, a batchmate of Anuj, made a video clip of Anuj bathing in a bathtub. Jamie blackmails Anuj for sexual favors and put her in fear by pointing a gun towards her. Anju is in fear of losing her life, gives up on the demands of Jamie, and before any unfortunate act happens, Anju was saved by her mother Nandini, who beat Jamie black and blue. Will the act of Jamie qualify under the definition of extortion under section 383 of IPC? Let's see the passage. It says कि जेमी ने एक वीडियो ली थी जिस वजह से वो ब्लैकमेल कर रहा था अंजू को टू गिव सेक्सुअल फेवर्स, एंड ही ऑल्सो पॉइंटेड अ गन टुवर्ड्स हर, बट अंजू ने कभी उसको सेक्सुअल फेवर नहीं दिया एंड शी वाज सेव्ड बाय हर मदर नंदिनी. तो हमें इस केस में बताना है कि वेदर दिस एक्ट ऑफ जेमी अमाउंटेड टू एक्सटॉर्शन और नॉट. लेट्स सी द ऑप्शंस. Option number A says Jamie's act does not qualify as extortion, though he will be held liable for outraging the modesty of a woman. This is a wrong option because in the question we are merely asked about कि क्या ये extortion का case बनेगा कि नहीं. We do not need to point out which other law is applicable for the same. So A is wrong. B says Jamie's act does not qualify as extortion as there was no demand of delivery of property or any valuable security. So one of the essential which we have read in the passage about extortion is delivery of product by dishonest inducement. So although there was intention or fear of injury, there was no delivery of products as such, and hence extortion will not be a crime that is committed by Jamie, and hence B is a right option. C says Jamie's act of putting gun and causing fear of injury to Anju makes his act an extortion. This is again a wrong option because just causing a fear of injury is not enough. There should be dishonest inducement and there should be actual delivery of goods, which is absent in the present case. Let's see the D option. Both A and B is correct. This is again a wrong option because A is not correct. Let's see the last question. Fifth question says Rohan, a CLAT aspirant, is accused of committing extortion and is under trial. Understanding that he might not get entry to college as only students with no criminal record are eligible for admission, Rohan tried to settle the matter outside the court by paying a hefty amount to the victim. Which of the following statement is correct? So here, after Rohan was accused of a crime, he with a fear of not getting admission into the college paid a hefty amount to victim to settle the matter outside. Now from out of the four options we need to find out which one is correct. Be very careful what the question is asking. In this question it is asking which is the correct option. So let's examine the options. Option number A says Rohan can settle the matter as extortion is a compoundable and bailable offense. This is an absolute wrong option because it is saying just opposite of what is correct. Instead, extortion is a non-compoundable and non-bailable offense, and hence it cannot be settled outside. B says Rohan can settle the matter as extortion is a compoundable and non-bailable offense. Again, a wrong option. It is non-compoundable, although it is non-bailable, but it is also non-compoundable. C says Rohan cannot settle the matter as extortion is non-compoundable and non-bailable offense. This is right option because it highlights how it cannot be settled outside because it is non-compoundable and non-bailable offense. D says Rohan cannot settle the matter as extortion is a non-compoundable and bailable offense. Here, although it mentions that it is non-compoundable, it does mention that it is bailable, but that is wrong. It is non-bailable. So again, it is a wrong option. Be very mindful of these small words that are given in the option. These might cause a confusion and you might do a silly mistake, so be very particular when you are examining the options. So I hope the passage was understandable. Keep studying and all the best.